Today's episode of Hoppy on Broadway is sponsored by Peddler. Owners Haley and Dave Keller combined their love of riding bikes, brewing, drinking beer, and desire to own a business when they opened Peddler in Ballard in 2013. They spend their time making beer, advocating for cycling, and riding bikes, so in a word, they're peddlers. Be sure to check out their packed events schedule as they host movie nights, trivia nights, pun slams, astronomy on tap, climate science on tap, numerous fundraiser nights, and one-off events. What's up, everyone? My name is K-Rad. I'm a rapper, producer, beer lover, and now I'm a podcaster. Podcasting about Northwest hip-hop and Northwest beer. Why? Well, I love them both, and frankly, you should too. So sit back and crack a cold one as a weekly guest and I talk about all things hip-hop and hops. This is Hoppy on Broadway. Hoppy on Broadway episode number 4 is here. Really stoked to be drinking Peddler Brewery beer today, so shout out to them for sponsoring the episode. A little shameless self-plug before we start the episode. I will be performing at the Ultimate Seattle Hip Hop Showcase at Studio 7 this Sunday, August 13th at 9 p.m. sharp. It's going to be an awesome time, only $10 for the whole night. It's like a bunch of different acts. I don't even know how many, and it's something crazy, like 4 hours of music. So come on by, get your tickets. Hit me up if you want a ticket from me for the $10 price. I think it's $12 at the door. It's going to be a lot of fun. And what else are you going to do on a Sunday night? Today I'm drinking beer with QREEPZ, spelled with the Q. I know QREEPZ from a few years ago when I dropped my first album, Nerd Eyes. He did the mastering on that album, so it was nice to actually meet him in person this time and talk about beer, his production life, and nerd out a bit on audio engineering. QREEPZ does a lot of production work in both electronic and hip-hop, and throughout the show you'll be hearing clips from a handful of his current projects. Here's the single Seance from his latest solo album. I have QREEPZ on today's show, a man of many hats. He's killing it as a producer, DJ, and audio engineer. You may have seen him DJing at Q Nightclub, beat battling at Death by Stereo, or performing with his indie electronic band, Dead Rich. But today, he's on the show drinking beer from Peddler Brewery. How you doing, QREEPZ?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Dude, I'm so happy to have you here. Last time I was drinking beer in your vicinity was at Death by Stereo too.
Yeah.
And that's when you battled Brainstorm, right?
Yeah, did that.
How was that?
It was an experience, you know. That's about it. Really. There's not a whole lot to say there about that.
Yeah, I mean, do you beat battle often, or is that like everything you do?
No, I was in a beat battle in Tacoma at Hell's Kitchen, like 2009, probably 2010, and actually Ryan Lewis was in that battle also.
Really?
Yeah. Just if you don't know who that is, but yeah, it was.
Did you beat him?
I did not even go against him. Actually, I got knocked out in the first round, and I was like, I'm never gonna beat battle again. Like, fuck this shit. I'll never do that again.
Yeah.
Had a bad taste in my mouth, but then I'd see people win all the time. Brainstorm being one of them. Yeah. And I was like, man, I got that dude. What? He's winning like everything. Like, I can take this dude's nothing.
Yeah.
And that was just like pretty much since 2009. I was like, I'm going to take that guy one day, you know, because he just kept winning.
Damn.
Taking W's every battle he did. And I'm just like, he's filthy, but I feel like I could totally take that crown. And I passed out for hella, like friends of mine were like, you should battle Brainstorm. And then I was like, nah, I'm not, you know, I don't want to do battles. It's not my thing, you know. And then, I guess he said something like he'll take anybody, and just escalated from there.
And you wanted to get it out.
Yeah, he's a naturally cocky dude. Like, you know, he's pretty confident about his shit. So, like, you know, it is what it is. But I took the offer, took it, lost. It was an experience. Had a good time.
Yeah, man.
I tried to take the crown from him. You know, I came into his world to to take that from him, and like he held it down, and that's just what it was, you know?
Yeah. If anything, it's an experience. But yeah, our first beer today. So this is the Tropic Thunder IPA. Without further ado, let's give it a little taste, huh? Cheers.
Well, beer, we've had some great times.
Oh, it's so good on a hot summer day. What do you think?
It's really good. It's not as hoppy as I would assume.
Are you not a fan of hops?
I like them all. I just don't really like, I don't know. I'm not really into the coffee, like some of the porters. Those can be, or the stouts too, even. Those can be kind of
a little too thick.
And just like, I don't know, just like bitter, I guess, more or less. But yeah, no, this is really good, by the way.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you like. Yeah, it's hoppy, but it's also got a lot of flavor. It's got a little bit of sweetness in it.
It tastes malty, even.
Yeah, it does. It has a little bit of that rich maltiness in it.
I could get that in a 40 ounce. And
rock that.
Totally, just
why not?
Can I see the label?
Yeah, absolutely. Check it out, man. It's
Peddler.
Peddler's all about. I don't know exactly what the relation is, but they're all about biking. I'm not much of a bike rider myself, but I still drink their beer from time to time.
Word, yeah. What about their food? They got good food over there?
They have just a food truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, food truck out back, but it's a lot of fun. They got like games outside. They do trivia, I think, once a week. Yeah, anyway, check it out if you're ever in Ballard next time and you want a good beer. Speaking of beer and drinking, you DJ. Are you ever drinking while you're up there?
Yeah. Like I said before we started, it was like, about 7 or 8 years I was sober from like drinking or smoking weed or anything.
Yeah.
And like caffeine too. I still don't drink caffeine, but
right.
Yeah, like the year that I've been drinking again, yeah, every chance I get, if it's allowed, you know.
What made you want to go sober?
I started having panic attacks.
Oh, wow.
And anxiety issues and shit, like generalized anxiety disorder. So I started dealing with that.
When you were drinking or like the day after?
I didn't really know if it was from drinking or maybe some of the other shit that I was doing at the time. So I just quit everything cold turkey to just kind of like, you know, like,
yeah,
I just didn't know what it was, and I wasn't trying to try it out, you know. I was just having like really bad anxiety, and I didn't really know why. It wasn't like necessarily like a before I drank, after I drank, or during or anything. It just was like
something's got to give.
Yeah, it just was like, it just seemed like it was just like life, you know.
Yeah.
So it was weird.
Well, good for you, man. I mean, shit, 8 years without drinking is super healthy.
Yeah, it was cool.
Despite the anxiety you might have been feeling, like, so
yeah.
You know, props to you on that. But I'm glad that you're drinking now, because not gonna have you on the show.
Word, yeah.
So tell me about your DJing life. You do Coda,
yeah,
and that's at Q nightclub, right?
Yeah,
Is it all over the place?
It's at Q. We've done some other events, but like it's definitely the home base is at Q nightclub, for sure.
Is that where the majority of your income comes from, or is that mostly your studio, the Battlefield?
Yeah, the Battlefield, Monday through Friday, man. It's just peddling studio time. Peddling studio time. Now, just selling studio time Monday through Friday is kind of like my thing. That's like what pays the bills, and then like fun is like DJing, and then you get paid for that too, which is dope. And then it just helps my name. I feel like the DJing has helped my name, like solo, like my own name specifically.
QREEPZ.
Right.
Yeah.
So, money mainly comes from the studio work, and then wedding season.
Yeah.
I still do that. I'll never be too like no matter how big that I get, I will never not.
Dude, it's such good money.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'll do weddings if I was like Kanye. I'd still do weddings. Like for like the low too. Like, you know, like this is just fun to me. Like, and you get paid hella. It's just like
it's a 4-hour gig, and you're getting
dude. I've done 8-hour joints, and I charged like $200 an hour. So I've done
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. I'll do 8-hour joints straight up. Get drunk, eat, make sure they're happy, in and out, get paid. Fucking go home, make some music.
There you go, man. You emailed me at 5 a.m. this morning. Was that because you were up all night making music, or is it just you're up that early?
Yeah, I was mixing a new Dead Rich single.
Damn. Yeah, I heard that on a Respect My Region interview back in June with you, that you were working on a lot of different things. You were working on Dead Rich singles. That's it for people who are not aware. How would you describe Dead Rich's music?
Dead Rich is like an electronic pop punk / like, I don't know, like rock style.
Yeah. Reminds me of Fantagram.
Yeah, totally. Totally. We got some Fanagram, or even just Big Grams with me being in the group. I don't rap, but like just the look can kind of be like Big Grams.
Yeah.
Even. But
I love Big Grams.
Yeah, dude. Just like super dope, like electronic pop music.
How was the Spokane show you guys just played back in July?
It was chill. Wasn't a whole lot of people there. Spokane, like, I don't really know if they're used to that type of thing, like festivals and like the type of music. But it was chill. Everybody that was there, it was probably 100 or 200 people, like in and out throughout the day.
Yeah.
And then like during our set, it was a solid 50 probably.
Well, that's good though. I mean, they should get some exposure. I mean, I know that's the catch-all word, exposure. But
yeah.
At the end of the day, it is important, especially when you're getting actually out of the town.
Right. And this was our first out of town show, and we've only been a band for we've only been active for almost a year, like a year and a half maybe. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was cracking though. The drive was good.
5
Spokane's
hours,
fun,
4.5.
man.
Yeah,
Spokane. Just I don't know. When I pulled in downtown, I was like, I already like it.
Yeah, you do. Spokane had like an actual a campaign that was like half art, half like city sponsored. I think that was called Spokane Doesn't Suck, because it gets a bad name because there are some really sketchy parts of Spokane.
Really?
Yeah, they're really. I mean,
like hoods or like.
Not hoods,
or just like,
but low income. There's tweakers.
Yeah.
When I went to school there, I remember I was a freshman, and I woke up early to go to the gym, and it's literally like a 500-foot walk from my dorm at the time, and this big tweaker, scary looking woman, like just with like skin peeling off, like tried to like approach me and ask for money, and that stuff will happen around that neighborhood. The Gonzaga neighborhood, like Gonzaga's super nice, but that neighborhood, if you go 5 blocks away, it gets really low income. So there was this whole campaign about it, but Spokane
but no gangs or anything though.
Well, not that I've ever really been affiliated with. I'm sure there.
I couldn't imagine it just being just like hella like big Spokane gangs. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Because I mean, you saw how small the city was. Like, it's still a city, but it's relatively small.
Word, yep.
But back to Dead Rich, I'm kind of curious how you guys go about creating and writing together, because the girl and the guy, I forgot, what were their names?
Laura and Jordan. Laura Batt and Jordan Thompson.
Okay, and they're singers. Mm-hmm. You guys are really heavy on the harmonies, I've noticed, which is really cool. I love that thick kind of vocal sound that goes into your melodies. But how do you guys go around writing your tracks?
When we first started, Jordan was like, "Hey man, I know," because I just got out of my rap group Grand Rapids, and he was like, it was just a duo with a drummer, and we disbanded, and he was like, "Man, I know you don't want to do like band stuff or anything anymore because you're just getting out of that other situation, but like, I got this girl, man. She writes really sick songs. She looks good. She's got a dope vibe. She's a nice girl. I want to bring her through the studio. Maybe you could show her some beats, and then, maybe we can do something." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Oh, all right, whatever." So I gave him a couple beats, and then like a week later, he was like, "All right, I'm gonna bring her by." She wrote some stuff, and then our first single that we dropped, Walker, that was the first song she wrote, and that was the first song that I gave her, and I just fell in love ever since. I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." So our process since then usually is me writing the instrumental, and then I give it to them, then they go right together, and then they come back, and then we all talk about it, and then we go in the booth.
You kind of do like almost demos back and forth, kind of like you're writing it to pitch some ideas, and then you all mold it.
Kind of, which is funny that our next single is called Molder. That's the name. That's the one I was mixing till fucking 5 a.m, and I just listened to it on the way here for the first time, like car test, and it did not hold up.
Oh no!
Just gotta go back to the drawing board, but yeah, we don't really bounce the ideas, man. Like, what I love about the group is like, I trust them to do what they do, and they trust me to do what I do, and it just happens that they like everything that I've done so far, which is dope, and everything that they lay down I like too. And then they'll put in input like, "Hey, maybe we should like take this one part out, or maybe this is kind of clashing." And I'm like, "Word," and I'll just take it out or whatever. And the same with like words, would be like, "Hey, we can change these words, maybe say this or say that."
Yeah. So it sounds like it's pretty hassle free. You guys get along really well.
Dude, yeah, it's chill, man. Like the songwriting with this group has been like incredible. Just like the vibe is always right. Like it's super chill. Laura's a genius. Jordan fucking knows. Jordan knows what he wants, and he waits for us to get there. And then like once we actually get there, he always finds a way to up it one extra level. Like he always gets us to just bring it all up to one extra level. He's like, well, so yeah, it's dope, man. I love it.
Yeah. I would say that, Dead Rich, like I said before, it's kind of indie electronic pop.
Yeah.
But you when you're QREEPZ, right? When you're just QREEPZ, you're producing a lot more kind of dark electronic.
Yeah.
Does that come into a conscious feeling when you're writing beats for Dead Rich? Are you thinking, well, it can't be that dark for this kind of song, or is it just? Or how do you decide which beats you're going to give off?
But that's what's so dope. Like, again, like I can make almost anything and then we can finesse it.
Yeah.
You know, Laura and I have a song called Blood Oath that was a QREEPZ song that has Laura on it.
Oh, okay.
It's not a Dead Rich song, but after it was done, we were like, we might as well release it as a Dead Rich song.
No one said it would be easy anyway. Oh, the torture. Don't get me wrong. I realized, recognized that I knew it all along.
Okay, our second beer of the day is the Peddler Tangerine Hefeweizen. It is described as a refreshing German-style wheat ale brewed with 100% natural tangerine juice. Ooh. Let me pour yourself a little bit here, and you want to hand me your glass over there?
Yeah.
This one, it looks really tasty. I'm just looking at the bottle right now. We got it's another Peddler with the bicycle on the label, and we got some orange peels on it. So I'm thinking it's going to be pretty refreshing in this god-awful hot apartment. Let's give it a taste, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, Brain.
To it.
You don't like me and I don't like you. But let's just do this and I can get back to killing you with beer.
That tastes like the earth. Like,
is that a good thing?
yeah, like if it feels like, I don't know, like we were like in a rainforest and like we were like, oh no, there's no water left and we need to get to like somewhere where there's water. I feel like I'd have a mirage and like anything would taste like this right here. Like
that's the oasis.
That would be what nectar in the tundras of the jungles of the
of wherever jungles may be.
Where there's tundras.
Yeah,
rainforest tundras.
It's definitely got. I'm gonna just say this again.
Like real talk though, it kind of tastes like a pyramid hef and a blue moon together. Yeah.
No, I noticed that it does taste like a blue moon because it's got that little orange kind of zest to it. Like almost you'd get it at a bar and they'd add that to it. We're gonna get this second section started by playing a bit of a game here. The game is called Sneakers.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a clearly fictional situation you've been thrown into.
Yeah.
You're going to put yourself in those shoes and describe how you'd react to each of these situations. We'll start off with something that could potentially happen and gradually get more ridiculous, okay? So here's the first situation. You're playing with your band Dead Rich.
Yeah.
You have a good show, no snafus, pretty good crowd.
Okay.
At the end of the night, you go to the venue's manager and ask for your pre-agreed upon payment. He says, look, you guys were great and I really enjoyed the show, but we didn't fully pack the venue, so I can only pay you half of what I agreed on before. Put yourself in those shoes, what would you do?
Do we have any prior relationship to the manager or to the booking agent or the promoter, or we don't know him at all? I don't know this guy at all.
Let's say this is your first encounter. You've only met with this guy over email.
Yeah.
So, and this is your first time meeting with him.
Sure. How far was the gig? Did we fly somewhere?
It was in Seattle.
It was in Seattle. Okay, I'd be like, damn, yeah, man, that's life, bro. I fucking feel you, bro. I hope, things are working out for you. Would you mind if I got a look at the spread? Maybe I can take a look at what we did.
Oh, okay. You mean the spread as in how many tickets you sold?
Yeah, it was just like, can I get proof? Because it looked like it was pretty packed in here.
Yeah.
It's not packed, but it seemed like it was more than what you're gonna pay us right now.
Yeah, that's a very calm and like smart way to handle that.
Just I don't know. Just ask like if can you maybe show us like ticket sales or bar sales? Can we look at bar sales? Can we look at something?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh yeah. Or I'll let you leave because like I'll let you get it there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, I was just expecting like a lot of I don't want to put a stereotype on the hip hop world, but there are people who will freak the fuck out about money.
You're like, what the fuck, bro? No, honestly, off top, if it's like, that's why I asked, like, how far did we travel? Like, there's a lot of variables in there. Like, where, like, did we fucking travel hella far for this gig, or did they put us up at all? Did we get put up? Did they pay for our flights? You know, but if we're in Seattle, I feel like both of those would be acceptable. It's like, dude, we're in Seattle. It's like, man, I understand, and like, I just am from here, and like, I've done so many shows. I have sympathy for that or whatever. I don't know.
Wow. So. Okay, next situation. Number 2. You're okay. By the way, for people who don't know, you've been known to get mannequins on stage. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And you rock the mannequins on stage. So this has to do with that, and we'll talk about those later. But number 2. You're doing a DJ set at a local club again in Seattle. People are dancing, drinking, and having a great time. Yeah. While you're in the middle of one of your favorite club bangers, a super white girl-wasted chick gets on stage, grabs one of your decorative mannequins, bends it over, and just starts humping the shit out of it. Do you stop her, or do you just go along with it?
I mean, I'd have to lie to say that I'd stop her, because this shit happens so often.
Really?
It happens almost, I say, 2 out of 5 gigs that I bring mannequins to, someone does something. They're so damaged now from like emotionally, even. Not even physically, just emotionally. Anyway, in that scenario, because I'm so sick and tired of it, I'd be like, hey, I need you to fucking
get off the stage.
And if she doesn't, then I'll have to like give that wink to security and have her destroyed.
What's like the worst thing someone's done to a mannequin, or what's the most buck they've got with a mannequin?
Dude, my friend Darwin from back in the day, he was in a group Mad Rad in Seattle.
The DJ.
Yeah, Darwin. Yeah, it's the homie. This fool on it was the very first show, my very first solo show as a solo act for my album Nunchucks, which is a nun wearing chucks. It was called Nunchucks.
Yeah.
There's a long story behind it, but anyway, it's called Nunchucks. That was where the mannequins came from. I bought mannequins from this dude, and fucking had him on stage, and it was a whole band of mannequins. I had a drummer, like a mannequin that sat like at the drums, had keyboard player, bass player, guitar player, and then like it was like a whole band mannequin setup, and then like he's just rocking out during his set, and he's just like, you know, dancing around the mannequins and shit, and then he like nudges one over, and it falls like right on the floor, and like it just like arms chipped, everything. It's all like when it was brand new. It was like the first gig I played with him.
Oh no!
And then not only that, I have a 7-string Ibanez that's custom painted, like it's a zigzag, like the joint papers.
Yeah.
And then like it's like custom painted. It's orange. It's got the fucking dude on it, and it's just like the dopest guitar. And it's mine now because I had to buy it because he fucking destroyed it because it was hanging on a mannequin. So. Yeah, it was probably like $300 or $400 in damage, and I had to buy the guitar also, and then the mannequin was destroyed. So yeah, that was probably the most flagrant so far because he was hella hammered and just wiling out, which is fine, you know.
At least he was your homie.
Yeah, he didn't do it on purpose or anything. He just was like feeling the vibe and probably thought they were more sturdy than they really were. But you know, other than that,
I didn't know you played guitar.
Yeah, I played guitar as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice. Did you grow up with that like music background?
Nah. I mean, my family members do music. They like they're all in the church. They all sing. Most of my family members sing. A few of them produce and things. But no, I didn't grow up with it. Like I fucking ran away from home when I was like 15. So ever since then, I kind of been doing my own thing.
You ran away from home?
Yeah, dude. Left that shit.
What do you like? Where'd you go?
Yeah, I was born in Michigan, and then at 5 years old, my mom moved us to SoCal, to Moreno Valley, California. So I lived there from like 5 to like 14 or 15. And I had a stepdad from like 5 to like 15. And like, so it was like my mom and my stepdad. But, you know, my mom left my pops and we moved to California. She got a new dude. I didn't really love that dude. That dude was kind of an asshole. It wasn't a comfortable situation. And then just things escalated over the years. And then like, they're like threatening. Like, I was just doing I wouldn't say a shitty kid, but like, I was like really like good in school and shit. I was a good kid until like high school, like middle school, like right around there, middle school, high school. It was like, I just kind of like, I don't know what happened. I just gave up on everything and just like decided I want to do my own thing. And parents were fucking like coming down the wrath, and I didn't really know how to handle it. And I just like was like, I think it'd just be better if I just evacuated.
Wow. Is that when you came to Seattle?
Yeah, I came up here.
And where'd you live? What'd you do?
Well, I came up here. I called my grandma because she was the only one that I knew up here. It was just my pops that lives up here or lived up here. He's here now, but he was living up here, but he was in prison. He was in Monroe when I got up here when I was like 15, and then like. So I knew my dad was here, but he wasn't actually here. He's like locked up. So So I was like kind of like I knew my grandma was here. I didn't have any previous relationship with her besides like when I was like 5 or something. So I just came up here like on a Greyhound, called her and was like, Grandma, I'm down the street at the Greyhound station, and you know, would it be chill if you picked me up or something? And she was just like, what's going on? Blah blah blah. And my mom called and shit. It was crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, so I stayed with my grandma until I was about 20, and then.
Wow, you made it happen, though. Look at you now, man. You own your own studio, and you're DJing gigs, and...
Yeah, man. Not a tweaker in Spokane. I feel good. I mean, I don't have... My face is intact. I feel good about it.
Yeah. Wow, man. That's like a really big triumphant story for you. Good for you. And I'm glad that you came up to Seattle, because now our city is blessed with QREEPZ's music.
Yeah, man.
Okay, third and final situation.
Yup.
You're contacted to DJ one of Seattle's hottest clubs on a Friday night. The manager calls you and offers to put your name in huge lettering on the building's marquees and will promote the hell out of it.
Yeah, dude.
He offers
Who's
to pay...
that guy? Can I get his real number?
Well, wait for it. He offers to pay you double your normal rate, but only if you play Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby every 15 minutes. You cannot apologize to the crowd, nor explain why you have to play it so frequently.
Right.
Do you take the job?
Double what I'm getting paid?
Yeah. And also your name's being largely promoted as this is the show
true.
that you are.
Man, the whole track?
The whole track.
Damn, blood, that's crazy. What do I do? Like, I don't know, man. I'm pretty about the money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, when it's applicable, I'm really about the money. But like, truthfully, I usually don't. Like, I don't put my art down. So
yeah.
I don't know if I would take that gig. Then.
Okay.
But it's just like, you're a piece of shit. Why would you do that? Like, why would you tease that? The biggest club in Seattle?
I would imagine this guy isn't just a dick. He just has terrible taste in music and what the crowd likes.
Wow, it doesn't get it.
Well, it's a good thing this guy doesn't actually exist.
Right. Nah, I don't want his number anymore, Kellen. Thank you.
I won't give it to you then, man. So that was the game. You did excellent. There wasn't really winning involved, but I enjoyed those responses.
I feel like if there was a winning, I think I got at least second place on that one. That was not bad.
No, I'll give you the gold.
Well, okay.
I'll give you the gold for that.
All right.
What's next for QREEPZ, though?
You said we can crack another one of those beers?
Yeah,
just on
you
the
want
side?
it? Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
The Hefeweizen?
Yeah, whatever one that we already had, right?
Yeah. Which one do you want?
That Hef was not bad. Like, I feel it, like, it's good. Like, I feel with it right now. I'm about it.
Great, man. Here, have some more.
Hey, thanks.
So yeah, I was looking at Respect My Region on your latest interview, and it says that you're working on multiple QREEPZ EPs.
Yeah, I'm working on a QREEPZ EP. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff for other people in between, so yeah.
And what are those projects? Are these other rappers? Like, I saw you did a track with Dave East, and he's getting like a lot of fame right now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was an unofficial official remix that I did for No Coachella. That song of his. But yeah, they tweeted it back and like we're fucking with it, but then they were also not. So it is what it is. But yeah, there's a EP I'm working on. It's like 5 tracks. It's called Arts and Crafts. I've been working on it for a long time now. Other than that, there's only one EP that I'm working on, but just multiple other like projects. Like I'm working on a project with Quabi Macintosh of Slightly Flagrant, and that record's going well. We got a lot of features on there. We have a Troy Ave feature on there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we got a Riff Raff feature on there.
Where's this being recorded?
They record at their own studios and they send me all the files. So,
okay, and then you're mixing it.
I'm doing a lot of other different things. I did all the production, made all the beats. I'm recording it. Kingston of Blue Sky Black Death.
Yes.
We're friends, and we're in a group called Caskets. So it's going to be a joint project with Quabi Macintosh. It'll be Caskets with Macintosh.
He's known as 88 Ultra, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What his name's Kingston though?
No, his name's Ryan actually.
Oh, okay.
But his name is Kingston in Blue Sky Black Death. That's his name, Kingston. Oh. And then he changed when he went solo.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, and then he went by. So yeah, Ryan to Kingston to 88 Ultra to half of Caskets.
Right. What's the next release you have coming out between all your groups and your solo work?
Well, the single I was working on, like, I realistically am gonna probably leave here and go right back to the board.
The Dead Rich single.
Yeah, that'll probably be the next thing that comes out. And then I'm releasing. I'm working on a joint project with Feasible the Germ also, and
he's the one who brought together Death by Stereo.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So I'm doing a joint project with him, and it's we just released a song. So I guess that was my newest release. It's called Manny Ribera, and it's on YouTube right now.
With the lions and tigers on skill on the fish. To keep it 100, I keep an abundance. You know what I flip. Right away, handy a bridle with slowly, now niggas is bent. Heaven was sent from the liquor, your chick, I should give her the dick. Straight from the door, don't put a table and bringing in more. Thank you, my lord. What are your lord? Rollies and bitches I cannot ignore. What I adore, knock at the door. Hoping it's Fetty and whores. Hoping it's money and more. Open the door, Britney and Christian Dior.
We're gonna conclude our beer tasting today with, this is a special release, Peddler Brett Aged Belgian Style Triple. It's a type of pale ale, but it's also a sour. It's supposed to be sweet and tangy, but I haven't had it yet. But let's give ourselves a pour. This was very nice of Peddler to give me this. They hooked it up when I went in the other day and I explained the podcast to them, and they're very nice to give us a special release. So I hope it's good. But are you a fan of sours, or have you had many sours?
Dude, I don't know if I've had a sour, actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
I didn't have my first sour until about a year ago, and it was a strong taste. So I hope you like it, but it took me a while to like sours. But
what is it?
A sour?
Yeah. Like, what makes it a sour versus like anything else, I guess? Or like what's
like if you smell it right now before we taste it, you can smell that it's.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay.
All right, you want to give it a taste?
Dude, yeah, well, sure.
Why does beer taste so good?
Because you've just had 7.
Well, that's interesting. That's like a whole wave of colors.
Oh. It tastes like it would be hella bomb in a barbecue sauce.
With a barbecue sauce?
Like if we were to make a barbecue sauce with that type of flavor, it tastes like hickory smoked. It tastes like wood.
I know what you're saying.
It tastes like fucking
it does.
syrup. It tastes like maple syrup and hot IPA.
I do. When you say barbecue sauce and they taste it again, I immediately tasted it. Yeah, it says right here. You will find yourself in a rustic cabin filled with leather-bound books and a smoky fireplace. There you go.
Okay.
So you're pretty much right on the nose.
Not bad.
Okay, we're gonna play another game here called Flip the Record.
Yeah.
Flip the Record is a simple game meant to give our listeners a glimpse on your thoughts and opinions, not just on hip hop and beer, but really anything that might be fun to know. It's really simple. I'll give you 2 options. You just name the option you prefer. Sound simple enough?
Yes.
Okay. PBR or Rainier?
PBR.
Okay. Serum or Massive?
Haha. Man, that's a tough question, man. You know, I feel like, I don't know, man. It's like leaving your down bitch, like your down girl for like just some thoughty.
Who's the thoughty? The Serum?
Serum is the thoughty, dude. Yeah, dude. Like just came in looking hella bomb with like a fucking degree, and it's just like, oh. So Serum, Serum.
I love it's just so easy to work in, and you can do so much shit with the custom wavetables.
Massive did so much for me though. It's just like I feel so bad for like just being like, all right, peace.
Yeah, well, it's still up there. I mean, okay, Kolsch or Pilsner?
Kolsch, baby, all day. What? Fuck yeah, dude. I bought a keg of Kolsch just to have at the house. Like I got it from I don't know, but I'm gonna get it from Peddler. I don't know where I got it from. fuck everybody else except for Peddler.
Eggs over easy or scrambled?
Neither. Gross.
You don't like eggs?
I love them, but hard boiled or over hard, man.
Oh, what?
Yeah, dude.
You think scrambled is gross?
I'm not fucking with scrambled, man.
Or over easy?
Nah.
I was not expecting that.
But if I have to pick one, I'll pick scrambled with cheese. If I have to pick one.
With cheese?
Yeah.
Okay, with a little asterisk. Okay. Corona or Pacifico?
Oh, damn, dude, Corona. I'll go with it.
All right.
Yep.
Whiskey or tequila?
Whiskey all day.
Same.
J-Mo.
Hot dog on a hamburger bun or hamburger on a hot dog bun?
Fucking dude, hot hamburger on a hot dog bun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paradiso or Bumbershoot?
Bumbershoot all day.
You've been to Paradiso though, right?
Played it.
Yeah, you played it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Were you the DJ or what?
I was a DJ. Yeah, I DJ'd at Paradiso.
Really?
I did.
I did not know that. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
ask my friend who lives up the street because he's went there like every year.
Yeah, I was on the Moving to 92.5 stage, so it's like introductory, but it's definitely past the gate. I was definitely inside the festival, so suck my dick.
All right, money or fame? Hush falls the crowd.
I don't know, I could just cry thinking about it. Dude, man, fucking money.
Okay, there's no wrong answers here.
I don't want to say fame though, because I totally would rather have it. I just feel like whatever one I don't have, I want, and then whatever one I do have, I don't want. So
Yeah.
the other way around, you know. So
Yeah.
I'll go with money right now because that would be sick.
All right, analog or virtual instrumentation?
Virtual instrumentation.
Yeah.
I'm only because I know that D to A's and A to D's, like I have an Apogee Symphony and I have analog summing, so like it makes all my software sound just like hardware, if not the same, like just like it, dude. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I just say I'm gonna go with digital because if we just have to say one or the other, I'll just pick digital in general,
Yeah.
like VST's software.
I mean, they're getting so realistic nowadays.
Yeah,
That-
can't hate.
Yeah, exactly. And if you got pretty penny to spend like something like like we were talking before, Serum or Massive, you can get some really nice sounds out of them.
Yeah, well, the flexibility is just insane. Like, there's some synths, like hard synths, that have flexibility, but nothing like Serum.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite plugin?
Favorite plugin?
Yeah, let's not virtual instrumentation. Let's shift it just a different kind of plugin. Yeah.
Sure. Just favorite plugin. I want to say my favorite plugin is the LA3A.
Is that a compressor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
LA3A compressor. If I had to pick one, it'd be that. Actually, I'm lying to you. Invisible limiter, straight up. Yeah. So fuck that. Yeah. Invisible limiter. Yeah.
All right. Moving away from something that all our listeners don't understand at all, I want to talk about what's going on in the hip hop and also, for your sake, production in Seattle's hip hop world right now.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that. What are your views on what's going on in Seattle right now? Obviously, you've been doing this for a while. How long have you been DJing in Seattle? Like for 8 years now?
Yeah, since 2009 probably.
Okay.
Like actually like active, like performing and like all that.
And what are you seeing right now? What's happening that is great in Seattle, and what's happening that you think we could do without?
Man, I don't know, man. I'll be the first to say it's like the whole blinders theory. Like, dude, like I don't really look at what other people are doing because I'm working on my own thing or people that I work with. But like, you can't help but see things that like seep through the cracks. Like, I don't really worry about that type of stuff, man, because I feel like, we're all afraid of a one world government. But I'm starting to realize with the internet that like, just us as artists, it's all this. Everything's the fucking same, dude. We're like, regions don't matter as much as they used to. It's like motherfuckers are making southern rap in fucking Canada.
Yeah.
Like, what is, it doesn't matter anymore, or like UK rappers are using, slang that, New York rappers use or like vice versa. So I think like what I'm noticing is like there's such a mashup of other people copying people right now, like with the youth, like and the young guys that I work with, like that come to the studio and shit. There are people that and I'm not talking about them because like luckily like being from Seattle, I feel like you kind of have a bubble towards those types of things. Mm-hmm. But the people that they look up to, they're just all copying each other. They all sound the same to me. Like they're all copying each other, like taking a formula and working it together, which is fine. But I think when everyone, if you haven't even made it yet, you're trying to be like someone else. I just feel like there was a bunch of different identities in Seattle. Like now it's like the younger artists, like there's less creativity, I feel, or they're less reaching.
It's a lot more cookie cutter kind of trap beats. I'm seeing a lot of hip hop these days.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. Like it's all vibe. Like it's all like people feel like just because they are making the song that they are different, like you could copy someone, but just because it's you, it's different, which is true.
Yeah.
And I think that that's just kind of the principle that most people are working off of right now.
Yeah, and are you saying that it's important that they can get kind of stale and people always are biting each other, and it's important to be a bit more original?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and there's so many huge artists that became big because they're original. I mean, you look back and you think of names like Kid Cudi or Kanye West, Chance the Rapper, even Macklemore. Macklemore had a very unique sound when he exploded with The Heist. And you're not seeing a lot of uniqueness in today's, or at least the underground area. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, it's just the youth, really. The younger guys. That's mainly it. But just like in Seattle as a whole, like you asked, like, what do I like and what can I do without? Mm-hmm. Like, I guess I could just do without like the clicks and then like people like not really reaching out to each other.
Yeah.
To help each other.
You're looking for more like collaboration and people being more of a community.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're gonna throw a show, like don't just keep your own,
posse.
Pull it, like at least have like 2 other people who aren't even from your squad. Like,
sure.
And I feel like you could build a bigger squad. But honestly, like again, like none of that even fucking matters. Like I was saying in the beginning, like you can copy people, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. It doesn't even matter. Like as long as you're making good music that you love making, fucking do it. But at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter about regions. Like it used to be like no one's looking at Seattle and no one comes up here, and it's like if you look, like there are no real A&Rs that live here. Even there are no real record execs that like live in Seattle that like are looking for hip hop people to sign or to work with. Even like it's like LA, New York, and like other places like Colorado and Nashville and shit. Like those are places where like people are like set up for that. Like we don't even have that kind of infrastructure here, realistically.
Yeah.
So like. Being online, I think is like just realistically, like everybody's in the same playing field now. Like the internet is now a country.
Yeah.
Like work it that way.
And how do you use the internet to your advantage as a band member, as a DJ?
Yeah.
I mean, you notice there's a huge change since 2009. Mm-hmm. What are you seeing is a crucial way that as you as an artist participate on it to help people hear your sounds?
Internet labels, man. Like our Dead Rich single Cruise got picked up by AIA and EDM.com for maybe 3 months now. We're at about 95K on that song, and that's not bad for being our first single, realistically. And like I think if you continue to find curators that are housing playlists and housing art, then I think you can get your stuff on not just music but just like anything. Like it's in the hand. It's like in the hands of people who like appreciate art instead of like it used to be like labels, and if they like feel like you're up to standard, then they'll like work with you. But like now it's like people who just love music have a higher like have followers, and I think just like communicating with those people and like doing that, like, and then Creeps, like with Creep stuff, like my Spotify numbers are pretty decent, and those are from literally marketing towards gamers, because 90% of my music is like hard electronic music with no lyrics, so that works really good for first person shooting.
Yeah. And what do you mean marketing? Are you like posting on like gaming forums?
Yeah, I got a couple people who have playlists through Spotify on
Smart.
Twitch. Like there's a guy named Day9, he's a friend of mine. Shouts out Day9. He's got like, I think his Spotify followers, he got like almost 20K, maybe 30K.
Damn.
And so they follow his Spotify playlist. He plays my stuff in his rooms. Whenever I drop something, I can hit him and he'll put it in his playlist, or he'll, work where he'll tweet it, retweet it or whatever. But like, yeah, people in the Twitch network definitely help. And then other people do like tutorials and shit on like I don't know, fitness and stuff, like,
and it gets them going.
Yeah, all that type of stuff. Like just,
smart. It's really smart.
So I just try to like get my music in like little shit like that, instead of like treating every decent channel as like it would be licensing for a movie or something. Like this is a fitness channel, and like they need music for the fitness channel, hit them and try and get stuff on there. Or
sure.
Like, it's all just all around to get revenue, so you can like get it through.
And you can keep doing it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that about wraps up the time we have today. But before we go, I want to let everyone know that you can check out Creeps' band Dead Rich on August 25th at 6:30 p.m. at W Seattle. Creeps, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I hope you enjoyed the beer. Before we leave, I want to know, what was your favorite beer out of Peddler?
Dude, that tangerine was solid.
Yeah, tangerine half?
Loved it.
Good, man.
About it.
I liked it a lot, too. I think I got to say my favorite was the IPA, but I'm just a sucker for IPAs through and through.
I feel.
Anything else you'd like to add before we bid our listeners adieu?
Man, check out Kellen's music when he's about to drop that shit here in a little bit. Some of that K-Rad, bro.
Hey, man, I'm trying to plug you, not me.
Maybe there's a Creeps feature somewhere involved.
I would fucking love that shit.
Word.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you next week. Peace.